Off we go over there. That is a lesser kudu. Okay, I don't know what rifle this takes, so we're just going to go with it. That was a 270. Might be a little bit too high caliber. Not 100% sure. Really cool looking animal though. If you guys didn't pick up on the last episode, I did put a little piece in there where somebody left me a comment saying the reason why these guys have those big ears. Alright, let's see what we got. Oh, we got ourselves a gold. Nice.
I could not ask more of you. That was perfectly executed. That is everything I ask you to do. Awe, grandchild.
Such a weird looking animal. Really cool looking though.
Oh no, we have a problem. Remember how we lost the lions, the elephants, and all but one rhino? You know what the problem was, don't you? Poachers.
So, as you guys have probably just heard, we're finally getting round to do the missions on the Savannah map. Now, this is something that I generally do as soon as the reserves drop. I just haven't really had time, and whatever time I've had, I've preferred to kind of jump into the reserve and do a little bit of exploration with Taco, with Dan, and just see what the map has to offer. But every single person that I know that's got this, and a bunch of you guys as well, have told me that this reserve has a really good set of missions, and it tells you why the animals that you'd expect to be here are not showing up. And as you can see, with the thing that I'm holding up, it says travel to the poaching site. So that's our first thing that we've got to do today. So I'm going to jump on the ATV, I'm going to see what's going on, and I'll see you guys over there in just a second. Okay, so we're just inside 200 meters of where we've got to find this poaching zone. Now, if you're wondering what the setup is I've gone with today, it's exactly the same from the previous episode. Slot number 1, we've got the 243. Slot number 2, I'm carrying the 270 with me, which we took down that lesser kudu with, and we got ourselves a gold. Slot number 3, I'm rocking the 470, but this is the Apex variation. It's my favorite one out of the two. Now, I'm hoping that this does give some kind of backstories to find out why the cats especially like the lions, why you don't see like lionesses taking down their prey and stuff, because that's one of the things I hope for. Okay, so we've made it to the poaching site. That's what we got to do. We've got to do a little bit of looking around. Let's see what the hunter mate says. Remove 3 of the poacher's traps. Okay. Okay, so we found our first poacher's trap, and just look at this thing. It looks like a pressure plate trap, which is just intended to maim an animal. I don't think this is intended to kill. I mean, over the course of time, the animal could bleed out and die through that, but, I mean, look at this. There's just no need for this, so we're definitely going to get rid of it. Let's get rid of that. Have we just picked it up?
There you go. Saving the savannah, one good deed at a time.
I don't actually know who that is that's talking. Taco gave me a reference to who it was, but I've actually forgot. So I guess we just got to keep looking around for more of them. Oh, I think I found my second one. Yep, that's definitely a poacher's trap. Right, let's pick this one up. Oh.
Another good deed.
And there we go, there's the third one. I'm not going to lie, guys, it took me a minute to find this thing, but there we go, there's the third trap.
With so many good deeds, the animals are going to like you. I can tell.
I'm not quite so sure about that.
That's just a taste of the warden's work here in the Vusha. There are other regions to explore, but if you want to stay here, make yourself useful. Check your mission log for assignments.
Okay, nice. We got ourselves a cool 1,000 credits. Mind the traps, mission complete.
If you'd rather continue exploring VURHONGA, head to my wishing tree, marked on your map. There's something important you must do before we go much further.
Okay, so the purpose of today's episode is generally just to take a look at the mission, so I think we're going to do that. I don't think we need to do any more exploration. We did quite a lot of it in that last episode, myself and Taco. I mean, just finding that cave. Oh, male warthog. Should I go for that? I actually do want to get a good warthog. And I think the 270 is strong enough to take one of those down. I think I have the collar on me as well. Let me just take a look. Yep, I absolutely do have the collar. The only thing about these warthogs, as you saw in that previous episode, is they can be so dangerous. Like one hit one hit from one of these things, and it's game over. Like, no joke. They charge you, and there's no getting away from it, and if they hit you, it says knockout as well, which I found hilarious when I watched the actual footage back. Okay, I could take like a solid 20 minutes trying to find this thing. I think we're just going to go to, I think he said his wishing tree, so I'll see you guys there in a second.
The problems facing this reserve go beyond poachers and aging wardens. There are bad spirits, iloko, bringing mischief and misfortune. They only come because our ancestors are so angry with the state of this place. We need to make an effort to appease them. Here's my wishing tree. Of course, this is the first place I came to celebrate when I heard you were coming back to Africa. I played the drum and sang to praise the ancestors. Then I put something special inside the tree. It's there, waiting for you. Take it.
Okay, so I'm probably going to butcher like 90% of the words in this reserve, and I apologize if I do, but I'm going to give it a go anyway. Baobabs are huge stout trees which, thanks to pop culture, have become icons of African nature. The oldest ones could be over 1,000 years old, 1,500 even. They produce too many benefits to list here, but sadly they can be targets for graffiti and mistreatment. I've said this before in other videos, but humans have this uncontrollable force to destroy things. We do. I've said it a million times, but we do. We're a horrible species. There are myths and superstitions about them, good and bad, in just about every tribe. My favourite is the Sand legend. They say the god Thora, I think that's how you say it, threw the baobab over the wall of paradise in disdain. When the tree landed on Earth, it landed upside down and kept growing, which is why it looks the way it does. That one actually makes quite a bit of sense to me. That makes a bit of sense to me too, because they really do look weird. But I wanted to say this, when I was in Africa, I went to a place called Kruger National Park, among other places in Africa. But these things were everywhere, and they're such a sight to see. Alright, it said in the dialogue that he had a present or something inside the tree. What's this too? Is this just a pickup? Oh, look at that, it looks like a chess piece or something. Collect the relic.
Carved it myself. Do you recognize Nyami Nyami? The Zambezi call him the river god. He brings his waters rushing, whoosh, searching for his lost wife. Maybe she was a lake goddess, I don't know. If we win his favor, maybe he'll help us conquer the drought that's been sucking us dry.
Okay, cool. So it does give a little bit of a backstory too, like the history and stuff and like the legends. I really like that.
Here's what I need from you. Hunt a springbok. Any will do, so long as you harvest it with the highest integrity while you have Nyami Nyami on you.
Okay, springbok.
Show gratitude to Nyami Nyami and the ancestors on behalf of your family and on behalf of the local family that this animal will feed. We never sacrifice animals for ritual alone. The local tribes donated their land to VURHONga Savannah because they rely on this ecosystem for their diet. We have a duty to them.
See, that's very cool to me. I love how they give an education on whenever an animal is taken, it's for a reason. And I've got to get a springbok. That's a lesser kudu. Now, because I've only played the reserve like 3 times, possibly 4, like I've done a little bit of solo, I really don't know where the best areas for the specific animals are right now. So I guess this is going to take a minute. Okay, so we've got a warthog, but I don't need you. I need a springbok. I will let you guys know, the area where we just were, or the last area where you guys just saw me, I decided to move away from because there was just no vocalizations. Nothing was coming through. So I've moved to an area where I know there's a feed zone, and hopefully I'm going to have a little better luck. It should just be up that way. So I'm not going to sprint, I'm going to go in slowly as possible. I am going to walk though, because I do want to at least disturb them a little bit so I know they're in the area. And I'm going to try and hunker down and bring one in. Apparently I've got to take one down, which is going to feed local families and appease the relic that we were just given. Which is kind of a cool backstory to the game. I didn't expect anything like that. I thought it was just going to be along the lines of make sure everything's safe for the animals that are inside the reserve. Okay, so I wanted to update you guys. I'm still not having any luck being able to find the springbuck, but I have just come across one of the animals that I haven't got a clear look at yet, which is these guys, called a scrub hare. I think the calibers that I've actually brought out with me today, I think they're way too high to actually take these guys down, so I'm just going to leave those guys be until I need one. At least I know that's an area where they'll be, right next to the watering hole over there. But I'm just slowly moving through around this side to see if I can come across anything. Honestly though, it feels like everything's asleep. Like, it's just so quiet. There's just nothing going on. I heard one warthog, but that's about it. Oh, there we go. Okay, I can see some in the distance over there just hopping up and down. But I heard a male that sounded really close, like here somewhere. And usually that's how it goes. They're not always together, the male and females. So I'm hoping that there's one, like, in this brush somewhere. And I'm going to lead him in. I really can't remember, though, which caliber that I need to take down a springbuck. I'm hoping the 243 will hold integrity on this animal. If not, that means I've got to find them again. Okay, so I've had to change up tactics a little bit. Before, when I was last with you guys, I was back there, and I thought it was a male over in that bush. I think the male might have moved off when the group kind of went off in that direction. So I've moved up a little bit, keeping my eye on my wind direction, not moving too fast, just taking my time. And here they come. You guys can see them. There's the group. They're making their way over this way. Just hopping away. Now, the one thing that's bothering me a little bit is the bushes actually push you out. Okay, I've got to take this chance. There's one right there. It's going to go down. No. I think he said, as long as it's full integrity, then it's fine. And it's down right here, so hopefully it should be okay. I'm just hoping that this rifle holds integrity on this animal, because I honestly cannot remember. There we go. Okay, nice.
Your work here is still getting started, but you're already making a difference. This animal will feed locals who might otherwise rely on poachers for their meat. Now it's time for you to bring Nyami Nyami home to the river. Take him to the site marked in your codex and bury him. The best way to fight the poachers is to beat them to the marketplace and hunt responsibly to feed the hungry people. There are several volunteer hunters who help us do that work. They may not all be at your level, but they do good work. They're organized by Maria Bueni. She is a lioness.
Okay, so now we've taken down the springbuck. Apparently I've got to travel to the Riverside burial site, which there's one right here next to an outpost that I've already claimed. And if you can see through the mountain, 1 kilometer away, there's another one. So I don't know if I've got to go to both of them or just go to either one. This one's only like 300 meters away, so I guess we're going to go to this one. Also, a quick note. This is the area when I was playing solo for a little bit, where I found some really, really big groups of wildebeest and buffalo. But I will admit that that was before the patch came along. Oh, wait. I've just spotted something out the corner of my eye while I was talking to you guys. There they are. There's the big old buffalo. Oh, look at that. He's a really high level too. Oh, they're all really high level. That one's not okay, so this one's level 6 hard. 655 to 802 kilograms. That's exactly the same weight. What about you? That one's a level 7 very hard. This is either going to be really, really stupid, or it's going to pay off. Oh no! I think they're charging! There's one coming this way. Yep, they've all dispersed. Right, let me just see if I can get at least one. There's one. It's down. I don't think that was the one that I wanted, though. I think that was one of the females. The rest of them went that way. I mean, you guys saw that, though. There's some pretty high-level buffalo over there. All right, let me see. I mean, we got ourselves a silver. We can't be too bad at that. I really need to get used to this rifle, which, by the way, guys, I am getting used to calling this thing a rifle. I really didn't know that this was actually a rifle itself. Also, a lot of people have asked me how I do this. If you're playing on PC, you just middle mouse button. At least that's the way I do it. I don't know how to do it on console because I've never played the game on console, but I mean, like we've just been saying, there's some high-level buffalo around here. This is actually a good spot. I'll show you exactly where I am. It's this area on the map. All right, let's get to the burial site and post the relic.
Awe, that's the spot. Bury a yummy there.
I couldn't even pronounce that if I tried 10 times. And that's why I give you guys a heads up. Oh, we got some... Oh, I think that's the same group. Let's see if I can see them from this distance. Sometimes you can just see the outline of them through the trees because they are such a big animal. I'm not getting anything, though. But yeah, I couldn't say the word that they just pronounced even 10 times. That's why I was about to say, I sometimes apologize. Bury the relic.
The ancestors thank you. I can tell this is out of your comfort zone. My traditions are silly to you, I know. You kids always laughed at me because I went to the Sangoma when I was sick. But the Sangoma's healing always worked. Always. So, who knows? Maybe now we'll get this river rushing one more time.
I think that he's talking about this one.
Ready for more exploring? Or time for you to go south? Zonga. Take Lopfu Gorge. So named because ages ago a giant elephant, Lopfu, dragged his snout along the ground, carving that gorge into the earth. I don't really believe that one, but I find it entertaining. The path through the gorge is marked in your codex. Along the way, I'll need you to take a photo of a special site. Have your camera ready.
Okay, for a second I thought that I caught up with the Cape Buffalo, and also, I don't know if you guys just heard that. The description of how the gorge that apparently that we've got to get to was formed. A giant elephant dragged its trunk, and that's how the land was changed. I just really love stuff like that. I find it so interesting. Which one is it though? Because look, we got like 2 destinations. We got that one over that side, 1.39 kilometers away, and this one, which is 800 meters. I really want to know what that is. All right, we're going this way.
Some archaeologists from a Marshall College in Connecticut, USA, came to restore a site they claim is among the oldest human artworks ever discovered. I need photos of the restoration for Furanga's new website. It's on your way to your next gig. Scratch 2 birds with one shot on this hike.
I don't know why that made me chuckle, but it did. Scratch 2 birds with one shot. I've never heard that in my life. Okay, so it looks like we got to take pictures or something. Look at the size of this place.
There's the Marshall restoration site. You got your camera?
Oh, we do. We have cave paintings. This is something that I asked Taco in the last episode. I don't know if I included it in that episode, but I did want to know if there was caves with paintings on them. I don't know what it is about this sort of stuff. I love this kind of thing in games. Look at that. So cool to see. All right, let me claim this first. I'm guessing it's going to tell us about that. These sand paintings date back 10,000 years to about 8,000 BCE. They show hunters and antelopes. Hunting was your only option for a career in those days. These paintings show that certain aspects of sand life have persisted longer than any other civilization or society. That's something to get your mind around, just how old these paintings are. But most remarkable is the fact that we can see these at all. Ancient humans, working with nothing but the plants and minerals around them, concocted a dye which has lasted centuries of weathering. How could we ever call such people primitive? That's actually something that I've taken quite a keen interest in, if you guys didn't know. Like, I love researching stuff about this, especially something about ancient Egypt. I won't go too far into it, but it's just incredible that we call those people fairly primitive for the time compared to what we are now, when in actual fact, we weren't. If you actually do your research, there was a lot of suspicion that Egypt and other places around the world actually harnessed electricity for things. I mean, it's an ongoing debate, but it's actually really interesting. All right, let's take a picture of this. Let's zoom in, get that good shot. There we go. Take a few of them.
Hey, Marshall College does surprisingly competent restoration work. Thank you for getting this.
Okay, nice. The history of all tribes. A cool 2,500. So if you guys are looking for credits, And XP 500.
Now continue to the Zonga, to the place marked on your codex. We need you to collect some water samples from the swamps. Don't get squeamish on me. You've done well so far. Now it's time to get your hands dirty. And your feet. And your legs.
Okay, so I guess I've got to collect some kind of water samples or something, and apparently there's going to be some mud, so I'll see you guys over there. You see, this spot that we're running through right now, it looks very similar to the place where we just were, where we saw all those buffalo. And that worries me a little bit, because those things are legit tanks. They will charge through me quicker than I'll even get a chance to react, so I'm just keeping out.
Last year,
Actually made me jump.
if you got this close to the swamp, all you would hear were tsetsis buzzing. Tick, 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 tick. They are bad, bad bugs. When our drought began, animals started clustering at fewer water sources, and the tsetse flies clustered with them. That meant TNT, tsetsis and trypanosomiasis, a virus that forms nagana in livestock. Nasty disease, very bad. In humans, the same virus forms sleeping sickness. Sleeping sickness, it's no way to die. Anyway, the problem was the clustering. So we broke up the heads as best we could. Aggressively quarantined sick animals. We had help from all over. All hands on deck. This year, no more tsetsis.
Okay, so it's telling me to collect 3 water samples from the swamp, so...
That's how it goes. Take another sample from the site marked on your map.
Okay, so I think I've got to take another sample from this one and then continue on in this general area to see if I can find another one. There we go.
This is easy work, right? Too easy, maybe? Then you should be able to get it done faster.
Okay, this one should be the last one.
Thank you for mucking around. Your brother will submit these samples for testing.
I can't help but think how cool it would be if there was crocodiles in these swampy areas. It would just be so sick. I don't know, maybe we're going to get to see one.
There's also a lot more work to do here in the Zonga. With the river drying, more Hamgani wildebeests are migrating through the reserve. So many, they don't realize they're going to starve themselves by depleting the grassland. Your job here will be to focus on saving the wildebeests from overpopulation. Just check your mission log when you've got time to spare. I almost forgot, grandchild. That shot you took of the restored painting, your brother sent it to a photojournalist who frequents the reserve, Flip Osprey. Flip was impressed with your eye. I told him you get it from me. He has some more assignments for you if you're game. Helping him will put a little extra cash in your pocket and promote the reserve while we're at it.
I've just realized that the character that we're playing, he's actually our grandfather. That's actually really cool.
Right this moment, though, you have another priority. Flip Osprey isn't the only foreign media we've had touring VURHONGA. This German YouTube guy or whatever, Gustav Baden, he calls himself a world-famous ghost hunter. I took one look at him. I said, if this man sees a real ghost, the only thing he'll do is turn a paler shade of white.
YouTube.
Your brother thought it was better to humor Baden for the YouTube views and exposure or whatever. So I let him come with all his fancy gear and his cameras. What a fool I was. He's not been here 2 days. 2 days, and already Gustav Baden has gone radio silent.
Oh no.
Without our guidance, between the poachers and the buffalo, this European Mampara is going to get himself killed. Go to his campsite, give him your spare radio, and talk some bloody sense into him. He should have a camp set up to your west in the area marked on your map.
I just want to say, that was hilarious to me. The fact that he kept saying "HooTube." From now on, that's how I'm going to refer to it, as HooTube. So apparently there's some YouTuber that apparently came to the reserve and now he's gone radio silent for one reason or another. It sounds a lot like me, if I'm being honest. If I ever did anything like this, like, I like to kind of think of myself as someone who could be able to survive in a place like this and stuff and do this kind of thing, and then after like a day just go radio silent out of fear, curled up in a corner somewhere next to one of those cool trees. I don't know. I think, is that the next mission? Let me just take a quick look just to see if that is the next mission. What can I hear? Something is right next to me here, but I don't know what it is. Probably one of those scrub hairs, isn't it? I think it is. You can tell by the small footsteps. At least I think it is. I can't really tell. Yep, it is. It's one of the scrub hairs. That's what you get, scrub hair, for scaring the crap out of me then. Got another one over that side too. I actually do want to take a look at these things though. Let's see what they look like. See if they're any different to the ones on the other maps. Can't really notice. I mean, maybe the coloration of them or something? Size? No, they're really cool looking. Especially when you get that kind of view. Oh, we got a silver with it too. Didn't hold any integrity with that, but I mean, I can't complain. We got ourselves a silver. Where did I actually clip that thing? Flesh, left humerus, left scapula, left lung, right lung. So it went straight through. I was just reading something though. I'll show you guys real quick. If we go to the missions, it says here, an internet personality and self-proclaimed ghost hunter, Gustav Baden, I'm going to say, entered the reserve 2 days ago and hasn't reported to grandfather for just long enough to worry him. So I guess this is the mission, the next one, where we find this HooTuber, as he said in the mission just before that. I think we're going to do that next time though. I think that will be a cool one to start off with, to see if we can find this lost person. But I'm really enjoying this, and I hope you guys are too. If you want to see more of this, then please let me know in the comments below, or just hit that like button. It's the quickest way to let me know. But I think, guys, for now, we are going to end. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your support, and I'll see you all in the next one.